In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. One thing which bothers us, which creates a sort of confusion, and it becomes a reason of our time wastage. Time wastage means the wastage of years, sometimes even decades. So, this wastage of the time, if it is measured in 5 years, several 5 years terms, in decades, then obviously it must be a matter of concern for each one of us. Why we waste precious years of our life? Why we waste precious years of our life? Many of the people are found saying that I have wasted a big amount of time. I have wasted years and many 5 years. I have wasted decades. Some of the people will be found saying that I have wasted my life. So, this is something very horrible. We must do something, one thing or the other, to prevent a situation like this one. How can we prevent it and why does it happen? Why does it happen and how can we prevent it? Is going to be the talk of today's discussion. Why do we waste time in such a big span of time? Because we are unable to strike a clear difference and we are unable to clearly define the importance of each thing we are going to achieve in the life. We are not very clear about the priorities in the life of ours, in the life of mine. We are not very clear. We are found chasing several things at the same time. Now, first of all, sometimes we make a sort of combination of things and goals and destinations which are somehow which can go together, which can be which can synchronize with each other. Some of the balls we can juggle with. Here too, this is the first thing to understand whether the ball I have taken or I want to take will be able to juggle with the rest of the balls I'm trying to juggle. Whether it will be able to synchronize with the rest of the things I'm trying to achieve, accomplish. Then too we need to prioritize the two steps. First of all, whether this the combination look upon the subjects people do opt for during their college studies. They do have to make the combination of subjects. Now there is another way which is very much interesting and which remains with us throughout our lives. Some of the foods we eat at the same time or the medicines we do take at the same time becomes a mixture, which is fine. Sometimes it becomes compounds. Here the things become dangerous. Some of the medicine cannot be taken together. Some of the foods are not advised to eat together. Some of the goals, targets cannot be worked at the same time. Some of the balls cannot be juggled with at the same time. Some of the people cannot be carried on at the same time. We do have to see which one of the things can synchronize together, which one of the balls can be juggled together, which of the people can be taken together, which of the foods and the medicines can be taken together, which of the goals can be taken together. Something really important. Not only this thing, once this has been done successfully, then we do have to look, then we do have to make the priorities. We do have to prioritize all of those things. That's another very important thing. Very important thing. So that if at all a sort of conflict arises at any moment, I should be able to uphold the first priority, and I should be prepared to drop the second priority. Some of the people are trying to take along very odd set of goals. They are trying to juggle the balls together which cannot be juggled at the same time. They are trying to carry on the people which which cannot be taken along at the same time. They are trying to eat the food together which should not be eaten, because it does not remain a mixture, it becomes a compound. Some of the time we are found eating the medicines which does not remain a mixture, but it becomes a compound, and it will become dangerous to take those medicines together at the same time. So this is what we need to understand. On the one hand, on the other hand, we need to prioritize. If at all the things are not in conflict with each other, then too we need to prioritize. Prioritization is the second step. Ranking those goals which we are trying to achieve is another important thing, but we need ranking it, prioritizing it, putting it in order. What is the number one most important thing for me? What is the second most important thing for my in my life? What is the third most important thing in my life? The two of these things must be done to avoid the huge amount of time wastage from our life. To avoid the huge amount of time wastage from our life, that must be done. Dear friends and fellows in Pakistan and abroad, Dr. Zakir Naik, people have heard his name. When he completed his MBBS, he came to Pakistan to visit, to meet and to seek advice from Dr. Israr Ahmad Rahmatullah alayh. He came to Pakistan. He told he put his mind. He shared his goals with Dr. Israr Ahmad Rahmatullah alayh, and shared that I want to do the specialization in my medical field on the one hand, on the other hand I want to do the work of Dawa. Dr. Israr Ahmad Rahmatullah advised him the two things. First of all, that you can't take the two of these things together. You do have to drop one thing which is of lesser importance, and that's the only way to be able to become an expert. That's the only way to become that's very necessary, although there are certain other things as well, but this thing is of basic importance, that you do to drop one, which one is less which one is of lesser importance to you, and uphold the other, which one is the most important to you. Number two, Dr. Israr Ahmad Rahmatullah advised him to stay as simple as possible, to become a kind of minimalist person, so that you don't have to worry much about the income, so that you don't have to worry much about your living standard, so that you will be able to you will be able to concentrate a lot, concentrate completely upon your work, the work of dawa. And then after the demise of Dr. Israr Ahmad Rahmatullah Alayh, after this advice, once the 30 approximately 25 to 30 years has gone, after this advice, Dr. Zakir Naik shared this in one of his speeches to the public, that this is the kind of advice which Dr. Israr Ahmad Rahmatullah Alayh, advised me. And he said, Dr. Zakir Naik said that this is what I have seen with my own eyes. This is something which was proven later on, and their advice remained very very precious to me, and it has helped me a lot, and it became a reality. This is how I think we need to. Although for the people, this is for those people only. One of the things that choosing one instead of the two for the sake of specialization, that is for everyone, and that is a sort of advice which is equally important to everyone else. We don't need to be jack of all. We need to become a master of one. We don't need to become a jackal of two or three. We need to become a master of one. The other thing is only for the people who want to work for the dawa, and this advice is not for the other people, because if a person is specialization in medical or in any other field, obviously she is going to earn a big amount of money, and once somebody is earning a big amount of money, then they can maintain a very good living standard. But how to somehow we can protect ourselves from the big wastage of our time. Initially, in the first part of this talk and video, we have talked about it. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair.